Hey guys, Jay-Games here again. This is gonna be what if Naruto was born as Link and inherited his powers. Now, I did take a 2 week break. I went on vacation. I didn't go for 2 weeks, but I had 1 week. I have a 1 week break between most of my videos, or I try to have at least a 1 week break between them so I can get at least 6 days to make an entire script and have at least 3 parts planned in those 5 days. But vacation came up, I forgot all about it. I had to pack an emergency and all that stuff. Plus, on like the last day when I thought I could record, I got caught up playing Zelda. So, yeah. Now, since I'm back, we're going to start this video off. I'm going to go for a bit longer. My videos have been roughly about 20 minutes instead of like my usual hour-long videos. We're going to go for a good 35 at this point. Let's try that. So, yeah. I left off with, I think, the beginning of the Land Waves arc. If I didn't, well, basically, long story short, Team 7 trained for 2 months. Kakashi claimed Naruto could keep up with him, even with the train activated. Sasuke is at least tuning level, and Sakura is already definitely probably around high Genin. So, he has confidence. And, well, Kyujin says they'll do qualify them to at least have 1 C rank before the tuning exams. So, Kyujin assigns them that mission. So, yeah. Now, also, Tasuna was not... Well, Team Death wasn't faced by Tasuna roasting them. In fact, Sakura shot back about his age, his beer belly, and rugged appearance. Yep, Sakura is a lot more feisty in this one, because the fact that Naruto was also very encouraging of her. Like, he's from a distance very encouraging. Like, essentially, you start roasting him, he has just like a foam finger and like a Sakura hat on. It's like a gag. So, yeah. Naruto would also bring Tasuna to his weapon shop, which he does own. He builds them all. He kind of has it as a hobby, and Tenten also works with him. So, yeah, fun. Now, Naruto would also give Tasuna a chisel that he can use, and this chisel, or it's a blade that resembles a chisel, but is honestly really sharp. If you can flow at least an ounce of your chakra into it, it'll be as sharp as a well-refined sword. Tenten also has one of these. She just doesn't use it because, honestly, the way she would use it, she would cut anything in half in an instant. So, yeah. Now, when Team 7 leaves, Naruto was talking to Tasuna about crafting and building, just to ease his mind, since they're both really well-refined craftsmen. And also did work to help Tasuna soothe his nerves. So, yeah. Now, when they do find the puddle, Naruto immediately stepped back, and he stepped back to Tasuna, and Tasuna readied the knife he got from Naruto. He was basically kind of trying to, he's trying to turn chakra into it, but he can't. So far, it's just a decently sharp knife. But when the brothers do emerge, Naruto would charge and deflect their gauntlets using his Hyrule shield, and he used a technique that he dubbed Flurry Rush. He did a succession of slashes across one brother's body using the blunt end of one of his swords. He carries 2 of them, but one of them is a sword. He's using basically a really dull katana. That's kind of what he's using right now, because these guys don't need to die. They're not that strong. He kind of pities them. There's one of this being slashed out across his entire body. He would hit the ground, a bit of bloody with a few scratches, but passes out just from the pain. Sasuke and Sakura just hold the other one down, and Kakashi just takes off his headband. So Kakashi would squat down, activate a Sharingan, and the brothers immediately put under Genjutsu, where he feels like he's being tortured. Not as bad as Yomi, but still torture. And with this, they got all the information they want out of him. So it works. Now, next up. They continue traveling, but they can avoid Zabuza. Well, one. I think we've said this a few times. They went under the puddle about 3 times. That trip's supposed to take a day maximum. They're at least in a 1 hour long loop. I had to assume that. So I can see them probably at least not wasting an hour. They wasted probably an hour going in the puddle. This one, they can just go right past it. So the battle's probably a maximum of 2 minutes. Well, Flurry Rush is about 10 seconds. And the other brother probably take about 10 seconds to apprehend. I'd say about a good minute tops on the Demon Brothers maximum. And, yeah. So they can either avoid Zabuza completely, just by actually going a lot faster than he'd expect. But in case they can't, Naruto just made clones that substituted it into the team, and then Zabuza fought them briefly. They were all really strong, but Naruto gave them subpar chakra levels, so he killed them pretty, they're decently powerful, but he's like, oh, that's not the real team. If I find the real ones, they must be stronger than this. And they were. So, yeah. Now, in the Land of Waves. Naruto began helping build the bridge, since he can basically use every element on an expert level. And, well, actually wanted to actually get experience building something that isn't weapons. He found it kind of fun. But he did also, in an instant, make weapons, not weapons, make tools to build the bridge a lot faster. But also taught them all how to channel chakra and their abilities to make it go by faster. Because everyone does have chakra, not everyone can utilize it well, though. Like Rock Lee, he can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu, but he can run on water. That's a ninja ability. Everyone has chakra, so you don't have it, you die. Simple as that. That's how you die of chakra exhaustion. You run out of it. If you don't have it, you simply just die. So, yeah. Now, Naruto was also shocked that Naruto was building a bridge, and he kind of thought Naruto as his hero because Naruto seemed a lot like his father, just younger. Now, Kakashi had trained Sasuke, and Sasuke had already gotten training from Kakashi. At this point, Sasuke would just awaken the one Tomoe in both eyes, because it's actually a very calm awakening, just through, honestly, a lot of pain and, honestly, confidence. Showing on strong emotion, not strong pain. So Chidori training would begin earlier. And Naruto began teaching Sakura what he knew about Genjutsu and Taijutsu, which are her two specialties, so, yeah. But also kind of found out that she's kind of immune to Genjutsu on a D to B rank scale. A and S rank are kind of like her weak points, but she still can break them pretty easily. So, yeah. After 1 week, Kakashi was worried about Chidori getting accustomed, or worried about Sasuke getting accustomed to Chidori since it's a new nature. So he kind of had Sasuke begin to learn the steps just to master those. Like, he wanted him to master the steps to Chidori, not the jutsu itself. Because he was around like 2 months before the finals of the Chunin exam. So, yeah. So he kind of began basically learning the steps and the nature itself, not the actual jutsu. And Sakura became pretty competent with Genjutsu, Shuriken Jutsu, and Nin Taijutsu, which is a ninjutsu taijutsu combo. It's an actual thing. Look it up. So yeah. Now the chisel-esque blade that Naruto gave Tazuna gave to Inari. And Naruto began teaching him how to use that, but also a bow and arrow, since Naruto can pretty much make a bow and arrow within like 45 seconds. Just give him a piece of wood and string and that's it. So, yeah. And he also has small wooden arrows. There are steel tips on them, but the steel tips are probably enough to puncture, like, I would say if you were to be hit by it, it'd hurt like hell, but at a maximum, it'd feel like cutting your hand while you're like chopping vegetables. Unless you cut something off, but like cutting your hand, it's like that. Like, they won't penetrate through you, but they're like, oh damn, that's in my hand a bit, and it'll come out. Shake it off for a minute. But yeah. But later, when Inari's mom's taken away, Inari would use the bit of physical amp he got, or honestly just more a rush of adrenaline than actual amp. Inari was able to hit the guy with the eye patch in his last remaining eye, making him trip and stumble into the water, nearly drowning him. The guy got pelted in the thigh, the stomach, and, well, also his eye. And when the guy tried to run at Inari just grabbed the chisel and slashing at the guy's body, wherever he couldn't see. And the guy just ran off, and Inari's mom just hugged him and thanked him. But Inari's now traumatized since he's, 9 years old and covered in blood. Which I think would terrify anyone, to be fair, at that age. So Inari kind of went ham on that guy for a minute. It's pretty cool. On the bridge, Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, and Kakashi are staring down Zabuza, Haku, and Gato's army. Because, Gato realized that, this group dispatched the Demon Brothers and were able to interrogate them successfully. Even Gato couldn't get them to bargain their price down. These guys must be real pros at this. He brought his army with Zabuza and Haku, planning on killing them once they were done doing their job. Or in the middle of the fight, he'd have one of his guys accidentally cut Zabuza's head off. So, yeah. Now, the difference is, Naruto will fight Zabuza since Naruto is also a swordsman, but wants to see where his skills stand against such a legendary one. Well, Naruto is just some swordsman in the Hidden Leaf. Kind of rare, but he's still a swordsman nonetheless. And Kakashi knew that Naruto was on par with him as the bare minimum. And that's just Naruto using his raw physical skills. If he were to use his jutsu, then he maybe would be a cut above Kakashi. So yeah, and Kakashi would fight Haku, who seems to be Zabuza's equal in terms of status. At least to Gato's men, they seem like equals. And then the battles begin. Naruto and Zabuza clash blades with such force that the weight, the shockwave would echo across the bridge. As they clash, their skills seems to be equal for a bit, but it's obvious they are both withholding their skills and techniques. Rather than wishes to heal the other, since this is not a battle about who will win in terms of just raw power. No, this is a battle of pure skill. Their techniques do not matter right now because their techniques are all lethal. Just sword combat. You're not using any special named ability. You are just slashing, blocking, countering, parrying, you name it. It's there. There's no named abilities. Now, as they continue to clash, they share a smirk of joy and a smile of arrogance yet excitement. But now we're gonna go to another fight, and this fight. Oh, I forgot something real quick. Eventually, Kakashi and Haku do decide to clash, though, and it's basically lightning versus ice. As they clash, they seem to be able to beat each other in one category or the other. Haku beats Kakashi's speed, but Kakashi beats Haku's reaction time, and so on and so forth. Haku's speed beats Kakashi, but Kakashi's reaction time beats the other's speed. Kakashi's strength beats Haku's raw strength, but Haku's jutsu make an amazing defense. It's kind of a never-ending cycle of clashing. So, on to another fight. Sakura would cast a small genjutsu over some of Gato's men, and that allows Sasuke to roast them all with a fireball jutsu. Sakura would run through using kunai to cut upwards against the guys' forearms, Achilles, and their knees. And they all kind of fall to the ground, bleeding, but unable to move at the same time. But eventually, so they beat them all pretty tired, but they're still able to grab Gato and hold him hostage at kunai/knife point. And Naruto and Zabuza continue clashing until Naruto would flow chakra into his blade, making the blade glow bright blue with energy/chakra. Zabuza would do a smirk, but would smirk and do the same technique, but his blade isn't glowing. It's kind of just coursing with chakra, and you can see the chakra on the outside, but Naruto's blade is genuinely glowing. So yeah, this is the one time they're going to use a real technique, because this is a deciding factor of the battle of who will win. Now, as soon as their blades clash again, Naruto would snap Zabuza's blade in half. Zabuza was shocked as the blade was now over, and would accept the slash, similar to how Zoro would accept Mihawk's. So the blade slashed across Zabuza's chest. Zabuza fell to his knees and thanked Naruto for such an amazing battle. One of the best he's ever had, actually. Naruto ends up using his unique hat, and end up using it as kind of like a sweat rag, so to say. He'd put it in a pouch, and then wrap Zabuza's wounds. Now Haku and Kakashi, they're both running on empty at this point, out of chakra. Honestly, Kakashi just doesn't have as much as Haku, but was still able to use enough power to fend off Haku. Haku had pull out all the stops, but Kakashi didn't pull out all of it, but use the strongest ones. But as Kakashi would try to use its killing technique, he would miss, and Haku would just fall to his knees, barely able to stand anymore. But when he did try to use his endurance advantage, he would try to kill Kakashi. But Sasuke would yell out, "Hey, ice bastard, your paycheck is gone in the damn fight." Everyone was confused until they see Sasuke plunge a kunai right into Gato's skull, ripping it upwards, ensuring he is not getting up. Now Haku would freeze and turn to Zabuza to let him know, but he saw Naruto wrapping Zabuza's face bandages around his chest. Haku would walk over and push Naruto away, only to see that Naruto was not hurting him, just treating him. Zabuza would get up and threw Naruto his sword, calling him the new wielder of Kubikiri Bocho. He says, I'll come back for that when I think I'm ready. Hold on to it for me, and don't let the hidden mist take it. It's my sword still. You're just holding on to it for me. Say I lost it. As well, he'd also pull off his headband, and will simply just drop anything that makes him look like how he was before. Having kind of just walking off in his boxers at this point. And Haku would do the same thing, but keep on like the robe, because everyone still thinks Haku's a guy. Or no, well, they know it's a guy, but Haku looks very feminine at this point still, so it's very weird. So yeah. So yeah, Haku just looks feminine, and he doesn't want them getting any ideas. So he's keeping the robe on. However, Zabuza says, "No, keep it on," and they keep going. Now, the team returned to Konoha, and 2 more weeks of training pass. Kashi was signing up for the tuning exams, and he knew they were all ready for it. He finds out that, well, not finds out, he can confirm Naruto's much stronger than he is. And, well, Sasuke is just about, well, now, he's probably about low Jonin to high tuning, or high tuning to low Jonin. And Sakura's probably about that same level on Sasuke due to her training with Naruto. Sasuke's been learning Jutsu, he's just been getting accustomed to lightning. Sakura is actually learning new abilities. Plus her chakra reserves are growing steadily, and she's a master of controlling it, so what else can you expect? Now, back at Naruto's shop, he would open it again with his friends and still sell some stuff. And because of the tuning exams, all shinobi are kind of buying stuff, and they can't really know that Naruto's a shinobi. He sells shinobi wear, but they can't tell he is one. So they all buy it regardless. Now, he still does save Konohamaru, but he stares at Gaara. And as Gaara goes to the ground to tell Naruto, like, stop staring at me before I kill you, Naruto just says, your shield is weak. If you wish for more control of your life, see our Hokage. He should help you with it. This actually stuns Gaara for a second as he sits down, saying, what? How can he tell? That Gaara's actually kind of scared. For the first time in his life, he's scared of someone. Now, Naruto would turn away, only to hear a voice in his head. You sealed me so tight, I'm lucky to even breathe properly. Why don't you fix him? Naruto just replied in his head with an annoyed voice, saying, I don't want to help someone who's so malicious. You're just in timeout for being a jerk. Until you relent your mean streak, then I'll let you out. Kurama would scoff and mumble an apology, but Naruto just chuckled, saying, louder, QB. And Kurama just didn't reply. This kind of shows their relationship here. Naruto and Kurama are kind of acquaintances, or frenemies, so to say, but Kurama will not tell Naruto his name, just tell him his tale. But then when Kurama started being a bit douchey, Naruto locked him back up. So, yeah. Or not locked him back up, he locked him even tighter. So, yeah. Now, as soon as everyone entered the exam hall, Rock Lee immediately attacked Naruto, but Naruto quickly just used Rivali's scale to be launched in the air, and at the last second made Lee shatter the wall. Or used Rivali's scale at the last second to make Lee miss and shatter the wall, because Naruto's in the air. Now when Naruto descended using, it seems like just a gigantic, piece of fabric, he floated down to the ground. He rolled it back up, and put it in a small pocket. Tenzin would run up saying, hey boss! And Naruto would reach into a bag carrying a piece of paper, saying, hey Tenzin. And Neji and Lee were pretty shocked, as Neji's the one to break their, shocked silence, saying, he's your boss. He's younger than us. Tenzin would shrug and say, well, he has the best shinobi schools in the Land of Fire. He's the one Jay-Sensei bought Lee's nunchucks from. He was shocked and reached into, what seems like, I would say, his leg wraps, or leg bands that cover up the weights, pulling out his nunchucks and say, these were made by you? And Naruto says, yes, they were. So it took a long time, but I got them just right. They're still heavy, right? Lee says, oh yes, very. Where was I? Oh yeah. And Naruto would hold on to his nunchucks, or Lee's nunchucks, and say, still pretty heavy. Lee says, oh yes, do you have any prototypes? Naruto nodded his head, saying, yeah, come by and get them later. Lee also says, oh yeah, speaking of later, I would like to request a bow staff and brass knuckles. Naruto says, fast guy, huh? They honestly met like 3 minutes ago, and started with Lee trying to break Naruto's skull wide open. So, yeah. But Naruto would write down the requests on a small piece of paper, putting that also in a small pocket. Sasuke just looks at Naruto saying, where does all that stuff go? Naruto says, in the pocket. As it's kind of an oblivious comment, but whatever. And Naruto even said that Lee can get a discount, which made Lee chuckle. So, yeah. Back to the test. Naruto saw through the genjutsu immediately. Sakura did as well, and Sasuke took a few seconds, but he broke it as well. Naruto goes into the exam hall and took a seat next to Hinata. The test began, and Naruto was able to answer the questions relatively easily until the 10th question. Naruto would immediately whisper, Rivali's Gale. As he channels, as he kind of has the Sheikah Slate, she not the Sheikah Slate, kind of has his, I'd say his, feet pointed a bit, backwards. Immediately, backwards at different angles, I would say. Where immediately part of the room are disrupted. They can't tell it's Naruto. And it wasn't really chakra, it was just him, creating shockwaves. With this, no one can tell it was chakra or jutsu at all. But Naruto was able to jump away, as he pretended his table flew in the air as well. And, using Flurry Rush, he actually tell what answers are which each time, and was able to get a accumulation of answers that seemed appropriate. So he didn't mind it. Hold up. Sorry, I got mail. It's a lot like the last week of school, so we're giving out the final grades. Did pretty good in every class, but physics. And screw it. That class didn't like it at this point. I have all my science credits. Alright. Now, after Naruto got all the answers, Ibiki could tell what Naruto was doing, and immediately, Naruto's probably about 2 to 3 strikes out of 5. Which, I think everyone misses the point. It's 5 strikes. So, Naruto's on like 2 or 3 right now. He's chill. So yeah, now when he turned his paper, not setting a record, but he matched Minato's at least. He went to force death, where his team followed behind, since Sasuke used his Sharingan to copy the answers, and Sakura needed a glance to understand what was written. They eventually hear the directions and get into the forest once every other team would arrive. Now, what else? Wait. My screen messed up, my bad. My paragraphs are messing up. I don't know why. This is annoying. Here. Oh yeah. Now, the Hidden Ring team was pretty easily bodied by Naruto, considering that, they are not capable of fighting him at all. Like, he is, at the bare minimum, Sharingan Kakashi level, not even using ninjutsu. To be mean and get back at them, he used jutsu. Albeit the jutsu was magnesis, and it was on one of the guy's headbands. He literally should have sent the guy flying backwards, and then would just use the bombs and plant them all around them and have them blow up. The other team's not dead, but they wish they were. Their bodies are very badly destroyed. So, yeah. Now, the team would head forward through a forest once they have the team scroll, and as it goes to go into the tower, Snake attacks the team. Naruto stared him right in the eyes and made it stop short, with words appearing on his hand, as it said, retreat. And the Snake would do as told. Orochimaru observed and viewed this as a mimicry of the Lord's first epic ninjutsu techniques, the ones that could even suppress the Nine Tails. He wants both boys now, at least. And he attacked, but Naruto and Orochimaru just clashed fists with a massive shockwave coming from the clash. And Naruto would use his shield to block the Snake Man's attempt to bite his neck, and would also use it to block for Sasuke. As Orochimaru would break his teeth on the second attempt. But Orochimaru, being annoyed and hurting his mouth, would kick away the shield, and he would amp his strength to send Naruto into the ground with a punch, making a small crater where Naruto had landed. Naruto isn't about Sonic level, but I would say someone like Tsunade level at a basic level, he's Tsunade level, which I can say you're pretty easily crushing Kakashi, but I'm talking about like Pain Arc Tsunade. If she were to use like 100 heals, then she'd kill Naruto, definitely. But yeah, if we were to go all out, then I would say you'd take on all the 3 Sannin, but Tsunade killing him, I would say that he'd kill her about 50 times out of the 100. So she'd die a lot, but she'd kill him in the end. So yeah. But yeah. Sasuke still bitten after Orochimaru regurgitates himself. But Naruto summons a boomerang from one of his scrolls And it comes back around Naruto's neck, sending him flying right at Naruto. And the curse mark didn't really fully work. It would take a long time to fully activate now. Now, Orochimaru was now collarbone head with Naruto, because Naruto was not that big, but, whatever. But Naruto would smirk as he grabs Orochimaru by the collar and just yells Urbosa's Fury. Orochimaru would jump away after 2 blasts from the lightning wave, and his body's basically just fried at this point, but he's still able to get away. Barely. So, yeah. Pause. Alright, yeah. Later they do have to fight the Hidden Sound team. Now, Sasuke is staggering at Zaku, because considering Sasuke is very much tired. But Zaku is almost beaten by Sasuke, who's still tired, but Sasuke would faint, and Naruto gets him away. Naruto does retreat. He spends one day recuperating. Sakura had also beaten Kin by herself, and Naruto had beaten Dosu. Sasuke had barely beaten Zaku, but still the fight went on. Dosu finds him again. Sasuke would awake from fury, and he'd break Dosu's gauntlet and arm, but Zaku would basically blast him right in the ribcage with a sound wave. Breaking his ribs immediately. The curse mark, assuming he could heal, would heal Sasuke, so he's fine. But when Sasuke tried to use blast again, Sakura would just throw kunai into his not into his arms, but into his hands, making the wave split, and basically blast his arms into pieces, actually. Kind of similar to what Shino did, but due to how the blast is also somewhat condensed and splitting, his arms are basically split down the middle, and then erased. So, yeah. Due to Naruto not being as mean as his team, he would just shot Kin back in the neck, taking her out immediately. Naruto would also stop Zaku's bleeding, but take the scroll going to the main tower. So, yeah, that was the entire Force to Death arc. When the preliminaries begin, Sasuke can beat Yoroi due to his amped physical power and endurance. So, he's fine. So, yeah. Now, everyone else's fight pretty much goes the same. The Konoha teams are a tad bit stronger since Naruto trains most of them, besides, So, Shikamaru... Hold up. I have the list up here. Go fast. Yeah, so Shikamaru, Choji, Tenten, Shino, and Hinata. So, out of the 12, he's missing... now we have Sakura and Sasuke. So there's 12, there's 11 people, because I'm not counting Naruto right now. So... So, 7, 11. So there's 4 people he doesn't train of the Konoha 12. Or Konoha 11 minus Naruto. So, yeah. Or Konoha 12 minus Naruto, I guess, but, yeah. Sakura was able to beat Ino, but Sakura kind of just honestly got tired towards the end before Hayate said that Sakura wins. She would just fall to her knees, nearly unconscious. But they call it a draw, honestly, just because I want to keep the fights the same, and I'm bored. Not I'm bored, but I'm tired. So, yeah. Akiba never got close to beating Naruto, since all Naruto did is make an arrow out of light and that beat Kiba and Akamaru, and then it hit them due to just the large explosion it created. Kiba would protect Akamaru, but Kiba's arm is pretty badly burned, and he's knocked out from the shockwave. So, yeah. Now, 1 month of training occurs, but Jiraiya still decides to train Naruto, despite him being so strong. And Naruto summons several weapons. He can summon several weapons, including bows, etc. Summoning a frog was actually very easy. Next up was Rasengan, which Naruto learned very easily. His ultra hand can basically learn everything the moment it sees it, as long as Naruto knows the steps. No, the Jiraiya's like, oh, balloon. Boom, balloon solved. Rubber ball. Boom, it's solved. He learned Rasengan in 10 minutes. It wasn't a hard thing to learn. It took so long because Jiraiya had to bring all the materials back and forth. So, yeah. Naruto also learned Odama Rasengan and Wind Release Rasengan. So, yeah. So Tucker and Anko had hit it off previously, so Anko began bettering her nintai taijutsu, also began teaching her the torture genjutsu of the intelligence and torture division. So yeah, Sakura even learned a bit of healing jutsu on the side, which is where she began her journey of becoming a healing nin. Sasuke picked up and learned Chidori in a week, so Sasuke had the idea of Chidori variants after a few days of thinking about how to get stronger. And this is how they created Chidori Senbone. So pretty great. The month ended and Naruto bonded with a toad named Gamaken. Now Gamaken, the guy who thinks everything's ungraceful, and he has like the double pronged weapon. So yeah. Naruto's fight versus Neji is announced, and when Naruto's a bit late, Gamaken would jump over Konoha, where Naruto would land, or where Naruto would be on top of his head, where Gamaken landed, and jump down into the arena, and Gamaken just took off. Neji is rooted Naruto sports a blade that belongs to the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, considering that Naruto wears it on his back, mainly as a training weight, since the blade is like 200 pounds. So yeah, but Naruto doesn't even pull out the sword. He just stares at Neji, and then Neji assumes Naruto's on his level at the bare minimum, because Neji's that confident. The fight begins with Naruto with pretty easy keeping up with Neji's combat skill and also his raw physical abilities. Now he did try to lure in Naruto when he got close, where he would activate the seven seals. I don't know why I said that. I thought of that. Where he would activate 64 palm rotation. But Naruto immediately used Daruk's protection, and on top of a flaming barrier on the outside of it. And basically a giant blast of heat that scorched one of Neji's hands and sent him flying into the wall. Now, Neji would get up, but he's still very tired. Naruto would actually have a bandage off his arm because he does wrap up his ultra hand of it, so his abilities aren't always at full. I would say, they aren't always unleashed. But Naruto would basically decide to try to use recall to pull Neji back to him, and it does work. Or not pull Neji, he pulls his headband back to him, which yanks Neji right at him. And Naruto would immediately basically just jump, growing up to the size about 8 feet tall, and basically punching Neji right in the chest, crushing his ribs, sending him flying into the wall again. Using recall once again, and then would basically just how to phrase this. He would use an ability that he had recently learned that he dubs Sage of the Wind. Or he becomes a Wind Sage. Where immediately, he would just basically just shoot a giant blast of wind that sends him falling forward at Neji, and basically he would use his head first to basically cave in Neji's ribs once again. And Neji's ribs are basically just dust at this point. He's coughing up blood, barely able to breathe. I'm not surprised. He has no ribs to protect his lungs. He's being crushed. So, yeah. Now with this, Neji would basically be treated, and he does find out he is wrong for hating Hinata. But every shut down, how much dust coming out of Neji's mouth when he coughs? His lungs are just, not lungs, his ribs are basically just gone. They are a fine powder, is the best way to put it. He got rib shot a few dozen times that were just all supposed to just destroy his ribs. So, yeah. Alright, where am I now? Yeah. Now, Sasuke vs. Gaara does happen, but Sasuke is much faster, stronger, and more skilled than Kanon. Gaara's being punched around until Shukaku just forces himself out of Gaara's body and goes about the normal way. So yeah, Naruto would make shadow clones to go helping the village, helping Hiruzen, and helping suppress Shukaku. So yeah. Before we get into the full brunt of the Konoha Crush, though, I have to end this part here. Hope you guys did enjoy. Sorry if this is so fast. I'm not gonna get out all my videos that I had planned because I was gone for nearly 3 weeks. So yeah, I expect at least 2 videos. Another one today or another one tomorrow, maybe. But who knows? I really hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more. Adios.